If you run an ecom brand and you're not leveraging TikTok Shop yet, you're leaving serious money on the table. In this video, I'm breaking down exactly how I took a beauty brand from zero to over $100,000 per month within 6 months using affiliates and a little bit of ad spend. We didn't just go viral, we built a system that allows us to go viral again and again and drive real sales and growth to the business without relying on traditional ad platforms and spending a huge amount of money to acquire customers. And the best part, these strategies are replicable and you could copy and paste them into your own business and see the same growth that we saw. By the end of this video, you'll understand the exact steps we took in order to grow at this pace and how you can apply them to your own business. So make sure to stick around towards the end because I'm sharing my key takeaway that made this whole thing possible. Also, if you are a brand owner and want this kind of growth done for you, go ahead, first link in the description, apply to work with my brand. We really only choose the best fits, so make sure to apply and see if you actually qualify. Let's jump straight in. 0 to 100K a month on TikTok Shop in 180 days in 6 months. So content, what are we going to talk about in this video? First, the product. Second, affiliate strategies. Third, the actual content strategies that we implemented. And then fourth, actionable steps to implement into your own business, copy them, and then ideally see the same growth. So product. So the product was a hair product tailored towards women. This came with some pros and cons, of course, because the pro is that this product is already proven on TikTok and it's a popular industry to go into, right? And then cons, there is a lot of sellers, right? So it makes it very competitive to actually sell these products. The second aspect is pricing. So the product was $37. This is very important because anything under $40 on TikTok Shop is considered an impulse buy, right? So the consumer doesn't really have to put too much thought into actually deciding to purchase compared to something that was $50 or $60. There's a massive drop off that you see in actual thought process that goes behind buying it when it's under $40. So this price works well on TikTok Shop due to the platform's spontaneous buying behavior. You're going to notice that TikTok is very spontaneous, quick, impulsive. So you want to capitalize on this behavior, right? So we are currently we consistently ran flash sales and applied to TikTok sale campaigns. So this increased both conversion rate and visibility. TikTok sale campaigns are just, let's say for Mother's Day or Veterans Day, whatever, any holiday, they run sales and they do this for other events as well, right? So TikTok actually promotes these products as well. And of course, you get a conversion rate because they're on sale, boosting, of course, overall sales and revenue for the business. So virality, so the product was intrinsically viral, meaning that it was easy to make a lot of good content with. So of course, this led us to going viral. Also, this was mainly because there were so many benefits to the product and the problem it was fixing. So it would go and tackle a lot of women's insecurity. So of course, whenever somebody saw it, they resonated with it, they bought it. Margin. So the product had a very, very high margin, right? This allowed us to offer 30% commission to our creators and affiliates. And the reason why this is so important, and you might think to yourself, wow, 30% is a lot, is because 30%, it means that a lot of creators want to work with us, so they apply to work with us. So we have so many creators creating so many videos that we have so many at bats to actually go viral. Also, another aspect to this is that even though the first purchase was a 30% commission to the creator, if these consumers actually subscribed to it and they signed up for the subscription, which they would get a little discount, then you would get money on the back end. And most of these purchases at 30%, they had a little bit of profit, right? So they're making a majority on the money on the subscription services. Now listing, we optimize your product listing for conversion rate. This was a very important step because if we didn't, our marketing efforts would not be very effective. So we A/B tested every variation of the elements to see which one performed the best, right? So product photos, you want to make sure they are clear. You can tell exactly what you are selling within 3 seconds of hitting the product page. Also, you want to call off benefits and features and make sure to also call out social proof in the photos. I'm going to show you a example right here of Wavy Talk. This is one of the top selling brands on TikTok Shop. So I just want to show you this as an example. Now, product title. This is again very, very important. By far, product photos are the most important. Product title second. Product description third. So for the product title, again, you want to make it clear. Again, the same rule of thumb for the actual photo. You want to make sure that the person can tell exactly what they're buying within 3 seconds of hitting the product page. So clear. Include high search keywords to rank organically. This is very important. Organic sales are extremely important and powerful in TikTok Shop. And you might be asking why. Because if you get a sale organically through the storefront of TikTok Shop, you don't have to pay that 30 or that 20, 25, 30% commission to the creator. So these are very high margin and you make a lot of profit on these orders. Now, product description. So concise, you want to use bullet points and also include graphics and videos. So concise, nobody's going to read a huge text wall of a description. You want to make sure you actually like it's concise again, and you want to cut it up into bullet points that are easily scannable. Now let's take a look at this example that I put here. So like I said, this is Wavy Talk. They're doing $1.35 million in revenue. And let's take a look at their product listing. So here you can see their photos. So they're just calling out, this is a very simple photo and you can tell exactly what it is. Now they're calling out features and benefits. More features and development. This is a feature specifically. Right, more features. Saving 50% of time, so this is a benefit. 30-second rapid heating, a feature. Right, more. Now here, like this is the social proof. So 5-star reviews, so trusted by 13,000 plus influencers. So you can see this gives them a bunch of authority in the space and a bunch of social proof. Now for the title, so Wavy Talk Blowout Boost Ionic Thermal Brush. And you can see for different hair types, 120 volts. These are all keywords except for their brand name. This allows them to, again, be searched up in the TikTok shop storefront, which is very important. Now let's take a look at their description. So here the description, you can see that they have a bunch of graphics. Here's a video. And then most of their text and copy is actually in photos, but ideally, you see how it's here. They cut it up to be easily scannable, and it's at a huge text wall. So you want to do the same. And I actually recommend just doing it in photos as well, because look at all the customization they can have. You see? Okay, let's jump back to the presentation. Now their affiliate strategy. So the days of getting a lot of creators, good and bad, and going viral, they are over. So on TikTok Shop, the learning curve and the actual threshold to be able to go viral is growing and growing every day because a lot more sellers are coming to the platform. So the strategy we used for this brand was getting a handful of very good creators posting content recurrently. So 10 to 25 posts per month for that actual creator, and they were under contract to do this, right? So this allowed us to get the creators to get familiar with the product and gave them enough time and reps to actually understand how to go viral with it. What you're going to see most brands doing, and if you're on TikTok Shop, you're probably doing this, is that you're getting a bunch of creators, getting one video for them, and then they churn out. So you're wasting a bunch of product. And again, these videos are most likely going to be bad, low quality, etc. So how did we get good creators? To get good creators, you will have to be willing to pay them a retainer. Most of them, 99% of them, you're going to have to be willing to pay them a retainer. So we reach out to them via Seller Center, email, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. It also helped a lot, like I said previously, that we were giving out 30% commission because creators, obviously, they want as much commission as possible to make money. And we created a prize for them for reaching GMV tiers. So there's an example below right here, Goalie. This is not the brand. This is just an example, but it was something like this. We also sent out 500 target invites via the Seller Center to creators with quality content and high GMV per day. They would post their first video for commission only. If the video was good and performed well, we offer them a retainer to actually, again, be under contract and post 10 to 25 videos per month with our coaching, which I'll touch on the next slide. All of these features allowed us to get a lot of good creators in our ecosystem, which is key to going viral. So here are some terms. Actually, before we get into that, let's take a look at these rewards and prices. So this is just a way to incentivize the actual creator to, go high quality, high effort. First, so for example, if they reach $1,500 in GMV, they receive an iPad, and all the way up to 1.2 million in GMV. If they reach this, then they get a condominium in Miami, a Sea-Doo Spark, which is basically a jet ski. They get a MacBook Pro, an iPad, an Apple Watch, an iPhone, DJI Osmo Mobile, which is a camera, and they receive a 3-month retainer, or they can actually choose $525,000 on cash. So for this specific example, they are definitely not making money on this, and this was just a way to actually increase their sales. Now, for my client, I didn't do something as extreme on this. I made sure that they're actually still profitable from the sales that they were getting from this. So you want to make sure to do that and not go super crazy with it. So terms. So we said terms our creators needed to actually meet to qualify for retainer. First, they had to post ranging from anywhere 10 to 25 posts per month, and they had to listen to our coaching. I'll touch on the next slide. And of course, if they wanted a retainer, this is what they had to do. Now, content strategy. So our content strategy was an essential part of the actual strategy itself. It allowed us to create a system of consistently going viral and have videos get $10,000 plus in sales. Without a content strategy, we are wasting product and time on our creators who would previously they would post low quality, low effort videos just for a free product. Now, how to implement a content strategy into your own system. First, you want to heavily study your niche and all of the viral videos in it. You want to look out for hooks. First, audio hooks, visual hooks, text on screen hooks. There are 3 hooks that you want to look out for that make a video go viral. Also, you want to look for talking points, editing style, marketing angle. You are going to start noticing a lot of patterns in the viral videos. Once you actually understand them, you want to put them in either, there's 2 ways to do it. So first, you could put it in a content brief and you could create a community. So first, put a winning video framework into a Google Doc, give them good hooks and tell them what they should do or say and what they shouldn't. Also, you want to show them good examples of what videos look like that are winning and getting sales. Now for the community, you want to create a community where your affiliates populate, either Discord, WhatsApp, or Slack. I like the most. Here you want to interact and coach them. So both via weekly chats and weekly calls, give them feedback. Also here, anytime a video actually goes viral within the affiliate system, you go ahead, take that video and you post it into the community. So all of your creators start to emulate it, right? So then you have multiple videos going viral. Now here is an example of an affiliate of content brief. Right here, you can just see I give them a little bit of context on the hook and what they should focus on, because the hook is 90% of the viral of the video. The hook is 90% of the virality of the video. So you want to make sure to actually, focus on that. Here is just a video script and a framework. And then here is an example of winning videos. So if you click into this, it's of course, a winning video. So you could just see that through there on TikTok. And then also some other winning hooks that they can go ahead and emulate. Of course, this will allow you to have your affiliates post videos that have the potential to actually go viral. And ideally, you do both of these. If you don't have a lot of retainer-based creators, I'd recommend going with the content brief, because of course, you can just send it to your affiliates. If you do have a lot of retainer-based creators, which of course is best, and you're going to see the best results, put them into community where you can really interact with them and just, coach them and mold them into what you need them to be. Next slide. So actionable steps for your product and your brand. First, ensure that your product is fit for TikTok Shop. So maximum $70. Do not go over this. You will not be able to sell. Again, because TikTok's buying platform and buying behavior is so spontaneous and impulsive that $70 is almost too much. Ideally, the product is under $40. Second, use fire sales and apply for TikTok seller campaigns. This helps you in multiple ways. First, obviously, your conversion rate is going to go through the sky, and your visibility is going to be a lot more because TikTok is promoting these brands. Third, get a handful of good quality and well-trained affiliates to post frequently. You do not want a 1,000 creators who are mediocre posting videos. That is not the meta anymore. Fourth, treat creators well, good commissions and prize and rewards. You might be thinking, oh, I don't want to spend that much money. It's worth it. You are going to make a lot more money in the long run the more affiliates you get. Fifth, send 500 target invites per day. You always want new creators coming into your ecosystem, and this is how you do it. Also, study your niche's viral videos and train your affiliates. So become an expert in the algorithm, learn exactly what makes a video go viral, and then transport that knowledge into your creators. Let's jump over to full screen. So that's exactly how we took this beauty brand from zero to over $100,000 per month on TikTok Shop, using a strategy built around affiliates and smart ad spend. And if you're an ecom brand, my team can help you do the same and implement the same strategy into your business to make sure you see this growth. We only work with brands that we know we can actually get results from. So if you are ready to grow, go ahead, first link in the description, book a call, and get this growth done for you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.